The future of Hogwarts Legacy is in question, which is weird to even think about, let alone say after the record-breaking year the game just had. Hogwarts Legacy was the best-selling game of 2023 with over 22 million units sold, making over $1 billion, dethroning the likes of Call of Duty in sales in the US, a feat that hasn't been done in over 15 years. And to top it all off, Hogwarts Legacy continued its success by still being in the top 10 in sales for the month of January, a year later. This game has been an unstoppable avalanche thanks to the passion and dedication the developers and marketers at Avalanche Software put into this magical game. The future of Hogwarts Legacy in general seemed brighter than Lumos Maxima, that is, until recent statements from WB Discovery's leaders about the future of WB gaming possibly changing the Lumos filled future into a questionable one. Yo, it is your boy James over XpectoGO, bringing you guys the latest and greatest in Hogwarts Legacy content. Now, a questionable future for Hogwarts Legacy isn't just a play on words, it's literal. As of the time of recording, we don't have official confirmation on Hogwarts Legacy 2's development, even though we all assume the record-breaking run of the first game merits a sequel. Hogwarts Legacy was a single-player open-world action RPG, but Hogwarts Legacy 2, will it have those features and the recently pushed live service features? It started with a statement David Zaslav, CEO of WB Discovery, recently said, and I quote, "Our focus is on transforming our biggest franchises from largely console and PC based with 3 to 4 year release schedules to include more always-on gameplay through live services, multi-platform, and free-to-play extensions, with the goal to have more players spending more time on more platforms. Ultimately, we want to drive engagement and monetization to longer cycles at higher levels. We see significant opportunity to generate greater post-purchase revenue." Now, for context, this statement was made during an investors call back in November of 2023. Zaslav wants to give reasons to the investors on why they should continue to invest in WB and trust their market health and stock. WB Discovery sees gaming as a way to generate money and get more investments, keeping the company's stock value up. But personally, when looking at these comments at face value, none of what WB Discovery CEO said sounds good for us gamers or fans of Hogwarts Legacy. To me, it initially sounded like a money grab, to be honest. And if the priority is money, well, will Avalanche Software, the developers of Hogwarts Legacy, have a voice concerning the direction of Hogwarts Legacy 2? Will they be able to capitalize on the first game's success, remain an open-world single-player action RPG, or become a live service, continuous revenue type of game that Zaslav is pushing? Again, more questions. Fast forward to March 5th, 2024, where this week we got similar statements as David Zaslav concerning the monetization of WB Games titles for the future. But now, with more context and insight, thanks to JB Parrott, President and CEO of Global Streaming and Games at WB Discovery, where during a Morgan Stanley presentation, he said, and I quote, "The challenge we've had is our business. Historically, it has been very AAA console based, and so, as you know, that's a great business when you have a hit like Harry Potter. It makes the year look amazing, and when you don't have a release, or unfortunately, we also have disappointments, as we just released Suicide Squad this quarter, which was not as strong. It just makes it very volatile." Now, the word volatile has been in every gaming article, headline, and video title, but it's taken out of context. Upon listening to the entire meeting, you realize WB isn't saying that AAA games are volatile as the articles suggest. They're saying the games business is volatile on the stocks and stock market for WB. You have a hit this time last year with Hogwarts Legacy. The stock is high. Then, same time this year, it drops very low due to the disappointment of Suicide Squad. In between those two games, you really don't have any game releasing, driving revenue, leaving WB's stock questionable. Thus, the volatile nature of the games business, not AAA games, as gaming journalists are suggesting. The quote continues with, "We think the opportunity is to take those four franchises, being DC, Harry Potter, Game of Thrones, and Mortal Kombat, and be able to develop a much more holistic approach, particularly around expanding into the mobile, multi-platform, free-to-play space, which could give us a much better and more consistent set of revenue." So, with even more context, we now understand why WB Discovery CEO wants to focus, or, and I quote, double down on live service, free-to-play, and even mobile games. It's because those type of games gives them a more consistent set of revenue, as previously said, which can be monetized between the releases of those huge AAA games like a Hogwarts Legacy. Those games usually take 3 to 4 years to develop, which is why David Zaslav and Perrett used the word expanding into those style of games, not replacing AAA games, again, as gaming journalists are suggesting. This is made clear with Perrett saying, and I quote, "Just because WB Discovery may push into new places, that doesn't necessarily mean it will stop making big single-player AAA games. So rather than just launching a kind of one-and-done console game, i.e. Hogwarts Legacy, how do we develop a game around, for example, Hogwarts Legacy or Harry Potter, as a live service where people can continue to live and work and build and play in that world on an ongoing basis?" And we're seeing bits of that plan coming into fruition with the Harry Potter IP as an example. Hogwarts Legacy releases in 2023 on console to huge success, but its concurrent player base dropped drastically the following month. In comes Harry Potter Magic Awaken just months later on a mobile platform, generating continuous revenue for WB Games in 2023 and right now in 2024. Then the announcement of Harry Potter Quidditch Champions, also in 2023, but a live service or free-to-play game that had 3 to 5 beta tests last year. 3 games, same IP, but 3 different platforms, with 2 having the ability to generate consistent revenue between the release of Hogwarts Legacy 1 and Hogwarts Legacy 2. Again, context. It's so important here. Now, the question still remains though, will Hogwarts Legacy 2 have live service features? Live service isn't necessarily a bad feature. It just, as of late, has a bad reputation after Suicide Squad's disappointment. But if I'm being honest, I think Hogwarts Legacy 2 will have some form of live service. I really can't see it not having it after this doubling down plan laid out by Zaslav and Perrett strictly for monetization purposes. Hogwarts Legacy 1 made them over $1 billion, and I can see them wanting to milk more money from this franchise by adding live service elements to keep players engaged with the game longer, which was an issue back in 2023. Even provide opportunities to make more money and even please their priority, which is their investors, not us. Further proof of this plan coming into fruition is the job posting from WB Games for jobs at Avalanche Software, with one requiring experience in live service, promising the opportunity to work with the team that made Hogwarts Legacy. And at face value, that's kind of worrisome. But if done right, there could be a happy median for WB and us players. Maintain Hogwarts Legacy 2 as an open world single player action RPG, but also offer an online store, a store that has seasonal gear for the summer, winter, fall, and holiday season. Then you can give us seasonal beasts with each season, and even decor for our common room and room requirement, again to match those seasons. It keeps the games fresh between development of the next game. It maintains a concurrent player base and gives WB the opportunity to make money, which is their priority, without forcing monetization upon the players. If Wizard's Chest or Gobstones is implemented, give us options for different chess pieces and stones in said store. All of this, I can see Avalanche Software suggesting if forced to have the live service feature. And even though I trust Avalanche Software, if WB Discovery pushes more and more implementations of live service features specifically into Hogwarts Legacy, Avalanche Software wouldn't be able to overturn that decision, especially if made by the higher-ups like a David Zaslav CEO or Perret, CEO and president. And sadly, under that new context, looks to be the plan for all of WB game titles. So right now, we wait and see what could happen, but this leaves Hogwarts Legacy 2's future still in a questionable state. That being said, stay tuned for the latest and greatest in Hogwarts Legacy content here at XpectoGO, where we'll be covering all updates from our beloved game and starting a playthrough featuring the new features coming this summer. Until then, check out our current playthrough on the right side of the screen. Thanks so much to the Patronus Squad for their continued support. None of this would be possible without them. And thank you for watching the video. Until next time.